Hey, hello everyone. So yeah, this is my topic. You don't need to be hero to contribute, but after I got this title, I realized I am a hero, and I'm talking about how not. You don't need to be a hero, but anyway. Yeah, this is me. I'm a security engineer, and then I'm also an AWS security hero, but I need to reiterate, I am not working for AWS as the organizer have introduced. I work in ExpressVPN. AWS Hero is a community program from, one of the community program from AWS. And I'm also a hobbyist security researcher. I said hobbyist because I see many professional security researchers. I don't dare to call myself a security researcher. So yeah, I love travel and hiking. And most importantly, I have cats. Who doesn't like cats? So I put his face here. So I think many people go to GitHub and see many people's profile is like this. His GitHub look like this. And this is not a gender discrimination because I know many female GitHub is also look like this. This is her GitHub. And you ever think that, there are so many good contributors on GitHub and maybe I'm too small, I'm a zero, I cannot even contribute to the open source community. I hear you because, oops, this is my GitHub. And yeah, I think many people have more contribution to me, but I think the open source community is, say, open source. It means everyone can contribute, so maybe I can do it. So, so this comes to my first story. Is about just a very little Python demo project. It's just for my learning purpose. It's back in 2020, end of 2020, AWS has introduced a new service called AWS Nitro Enclaves. It's someone called Enclave, I don't know, maybe it's different accent, but it's a trusted execution environment inside EC2. What it means is there's a virtual VM inside your EC2 instance, which is also a virtual VM. And that virtual VM is a trust execution environment, which there's no admin access, which means you can do privacy stuff, security stuff, very confidential stuff inside here without worrying if it got compromised. Okay, so it's what are you talking about? It's so complicated. Okay, I spent a few weeks to understand what is going on, and then okay, I want to start trying it, and AWS Nitro Enclave SDK for C. C. Oh my God. Who writes software on C this day? It's, who writes C in your daily job, or can you raise your hand? No. Oh yes. There is one. Thank you. Yeah. C is really difficult. I just comprehend a very difficult concept on Nitro Enclave, but now I need to learn C to start using it. Oh, no way. Okay, but I spent a few weeks figuring out how to use it, and then it comes to my demo project. So guess what programming language is the most popular in the world? Python. So after I figured out how to use the SDK, I wrote a demo using Python so that everyone can understand how to use Nitro Enclave easily without learning C. And guess what? You see there are 37 star here, not very good, but the most important thing is one of the stars come from AWS. AWS adopt my project into their official Nitro Enclave workshop, which means AWS developer also know it's very difficult for people to understand it with using C, so they adopt my Python project into the workshop. So yeah, this is my first success story. And then I also rewrite one of the tools that integrate the KMS, AWS KMS, Key Management Service with Enclave. Previously, it's inside the C SDK, which who write application in C. So I make it a standalone CLI. So whatever language you're using, you can use the command line interaction to use the tools. This is also one of my contributions. So this comes to my first tip on how you can start your contribution to open source. Is that a demo or a simple utility? You may think it is just for your usage, but just share it. just share it. It will help a lot of people. Especially, we are writing the most popular language, Python. If you write your demo on Python, it will help a lot of people. But hey, I mean, some of you may say, but I don't code. If I don't know how to code, how do I contribute to the open source community? You have your place. So this is a news I found. Misconfiguration drive 80% of security exposure. And do you know why misconfiguration is so common? Because the doc sucks. The document sucks. That's why the user doesn't know how to use the tools. That's why they make misconfiguration. And when it comes to documentation, I think this is a very controversial topic because the developer and the user will point at each other. No, you don't understand the doc because you suck. The user said, you don't write a good document. That means you suck. But in my opinion, the document is for user. If the user doesn't understand that, it must be the document's problem. So, actually, writing document is a very important thing, not just coding. Document is very important. Actually, the CNCF, Cloud Native Computing Foundation, has its own prize category to recognize the excellence in documentation contribution. So, writing document is also a very good way to contribute to the open source community. And this is some of my contribution on different open source projects about the document. So if you know how to fix the document, you mean the document is not good. Most of the time the document is also inside the GitHub repository. You can raise a PR to fix it. If you don't know how to raise a PR, raise an issue. But more importantly, if you raise an issue, make sure you give the reference in your issue exactly pointing which line of the document you want to fix. So there's a PyCon, so I think many people using Python have read a document on read the doc. So if you read a document on read the doc and see there a mistake, you want to correct it, how should you do it? So I think at the bottom right corner or whatever corner, there's a fly out here. You can pop it out, and there's a project home link, and click on it and expand it. And there's the link to the GitHub repository. So go to it, and usually the document is inside some folder called docs or documents or docs, whatever. And then go to the file. You want to correct it. If you know how to correct it, just raise a PR. If you don't, remember, go to the code tab and then highlight which line you want the maintainer to correct it and reference in the new issue. So the contributor know which line exactly you think the document have issue. Or just use AI. I've observed that GitHub Copilot is very good at locating the file that the document is located. So just write it, give me the complete GitHub CLI command to raise an issue on this URL, and then it gives me the command to raise the issue on correcting the documentation. So tip 2 is, as a user, you have the right to point out document mistake. Don't think that I'm just a user, I'm not a maintainer. How dare I should raise an issue? The developer is busy enough. Exactly, they are busy enough to point out, to find out document issue. And if you are a user, you find the document has mistake, you have the right to point it out. So it comes to my third story. I think this diagram, many people have seen it. We are in the world that is based on some open source project which maintained by a few people. And nowadays, those open source maintainers are retiring. They are very desperate on finding new maintainer, and they decided, okay, I'm out. But we are building more on top of it. Like the world is look like it's collapsing. So it comes to my third story is about Sixdoor. If you don't know what is Sixdoor, there was a very good PyCon last year, a session talking about Sixdoor. It's given by Frankie, also from Red Hat. I'm not from Red Hat, but he is. So if you want to know what is Sixdoor, you can scan this QR code to watch the recording of it. It's very good. But basically, it is tools that you can sign your software without using the key. It only use your CI/CD identity. But then I found an issue is that if someone use GitHub reusable workflow and also co-sign to a Sixdoor to sign their artifact, I can actually impersonate its identity and sign my own artifact. I gave a talk last year in SixDoorCon in Salt Lake City. You can scan this QR code to watch the recording as well about how I discovered this issue. Okay, and after I found that issue, I think maybe I found the issue, but maybe it's just me. No other people will make the same mistake. Is it right? I'm not sure, but okay. Let me find out. These two websites is very good. Sourcegraph.com and grab.app is a public code search engine. If you have something want to find if there are same search result from other GitHub repository, these two websites is very good. So I use the keyword Sixdoor installer and also the keyword workflow core, which appear on GitHub reusable workflow, and see how many people is using reusable workflow and Sixdoor all together. And I found there are so many. And then I found out one of the victims is Argo CD. Argo CD is using the Sixdoor signing in the wrong way. So I raised a PR. You see the PR is not very complicated. Just add new line. There's another open source project using it in the wrong way as well. So I raise a pull request to help them to correct it. So, so what this story tell me about is sometimes you think the open source community is very good. You see, oh, the project looks good, but in behind the maintainer is firefighting everything. Yeah, so the open source community is more fragile than you think, and especially nowadays we're talking supply chain attack. I think how many people is firefighting the NPM issue a few weeks ago? I think some of you may heard of it. Right? Actually, I just Google supply chain attack and Google news, and there are a lot of supply chain news. Almost every week it will come out some supply chain attack. And then when I was preparing this presentation, I am thinking maybe there is something I can do to help the fragile open source community as well. And this is the Python Trusted Publisher. It was introduced in 2023. If you don't know what's that, you can scan the QR code to see the blog post. Basically, it's something related to Sixdoor. Is that if the Python package publisher want to make sure the package they upload to PyPI is really built from their CI/CD, they can use Sixdoor to sign the wheel files before uploading to the PyPI registry. That's why we call it Trusted Publisher. Because if someone somehow get the access to the PyPI registry and swap the package file, it would be flagged because it is not properly signed. So I was thinking it was introduced in 2023. Now it's 2025. Maybe a lot of Python library already adopting it. And then I find out this are the two Python library I always use. Because I'm a security guy, I always use PyCryptoDom. You see, it's not using trusted publishing. Request is a library to do HTTP request. It's also not using trusted publishing. I'm just wondering why. Maybe they don't know, or maybe the maintainer is too busy to do other stuff. Then the imposter syndrome came again. I was thinking, no, they are brilliant guy, they are top talented, maybe they will handle it. But wait, maybe I can offer help. So, 2 days ago when I prepared this presentation, I just raised an issue on PyCrypto asking, okay, they are PyPI trusted publisher. Why you guys are not doing? Is there any concern I'm not aware of? If no concern, maybe I can contribute to it. And I'm still waiting for reply. Maybe if they have reply, I can start helping them to do that trusted publishing. So tip 3 is, if you find an issue, don't be shy. Just speak out, or maybe find if any other people have do the same mistake, because other people probably make the same mistake as you as well. If you can help yourself, help other people too. And then this slide I just added this morning because this is from Georgie. Stop before you're ready. I think it's really suited to my presentation. Is that if you look at the GitHub repository, thinking there are so many top talented people, I'm not ready to contribute, just start. Start before you're ready. You will learn a lot of things while you're doing. And last but not least, this is my, I actually don't know what this QR code is, maybe linked to my LinkedIn or Twitter, but this is my LinkedIn and Twitter. You can connect with me if you like. And then last one is sponsor time, promotion. As you can see, I'm from AWS User Group Hong Kong. In the coming November 2nd, it is a Sunday, we have a full day, first ever AWS Community Day in Hong Kong. We invited many speakers from around the world. Did you guys use Terraform? Do you guys use Terraform? No? Yeah. So you must come because we have a speaker who is a Terraform AWS module writer. His module has 1 billion downloads. He is coming to talk in our AWS Community Day as well, and we have 16 sessions. So if you haven't registered, scan the QR code to register. The seat is going out very fast, so grab your seat before it runs out. And then this is my end of my presentation. Thank you so much.